Assalamu alaikum. My name is Arsala Tariq and my roll number is BP1650042. Group number is 20 and my assignment topic, my presentation topic is congestive heart failure. It is a complex syndrome which results from the structural and functional impairment, especially ventricular filling is affected and the ejection of blood is also affected. As a result, adequate perfusion to the organs and tissues is not provided, and it cannot provide enough blood for the peripheral areas. Basically, the transportation of blood is affected because of the ventricular filling and because of the weak ejection of the blood. Here we can characterize the symptoms of the congestive heart failure, including the shortness of breath, swelling of feet and legs, chronic lack of energy, difficulty sleeping, swollen abdomen, loss of appetite, cough, increased urination at night, nocturia, confusion. These all are the symptoms characterizing the congestive heart failure. Here we have the American Heart Association guidelines which are governing the heart failure stages. We have different stages like patient A has a high risk of heart failure without the structural disease, and the person has a history of hypertension, diabetes, and all. Then we have to treat the comorbid disorder, and we have to change the lifestyle to prevent the progression. Basically, the patient also has an underlying condition also which can including the or editing which including the effect of with the including effect of the hypertension. He can also have diabetes, which are which are basically adding the complexation of the disease. So we have to change the lifestyle to prevent the progression of the disease. Also, we can give different drugs like the angiotensin converting enzyme ACE inhibitor and angiotensin receptor blocker also, if you have the coronary disease or other cardiac condition. And beta blocker, basically we can give according to the patient condition, that how is the patient is responding to the medication. We have to see that. Number 2 is the stage B. There is a structural heart disease. In stage A there is no structural heart disease, but in stage B there is a structural heart disease occurring, and there would be acute coronary syndrome, infection or ejection force is also affected. So we have to prevent the onset. Now here is the our heart failure is not begin or on the onset, but we have to prevent the onset of the heart failure. So we can give various drugs, and also we have to use the non pharmacological approaches to prevent to improve the quality of the life. Drugs we can prescribe here is the same we have listed in the stage A, that is we can give angiotensin converting enzymes and beta blocker. Beta adrenergic receptor antagonist also given, and we can also give the angiotensin receptor blocker. Similarly, according to the patient condition, according to the patient disease, we can prescribe according to this. Now we have stage C. Stage C, there is a structural disease like stage B, but now here is the onset of the heart failure occur, and we have symptoms like dyspnea, fatigue, pulmonary edema, and the patient is facing all these symptoms which are contributing and to his cardiac disease. So the drugs we can prescribe here is same as we have given in the stage A and stage B, like ACE inhibitor, ARB blocker, beta blocker, but we can add here the diuretics, vasodilator, aldosterone receptor antagonist, depending upon the patient condition, to combat the heart failure, to reduce the onset, to reduce the frequency of the disease. We can proceed according to the patient condition or according to the patient response upon giving the all those medication. Stage D. We have special interventions for stage D because it is the end stage of the heart failure. We have dyspnea, fatigue, and rest of the symptoms also there. That is the pulmonary and systemic congestion. Same strategy as given in the A, B, and C, but here we have to be more careful in the choosing the strategy to give to treatment strategy. We can proceed toward the anotropic drugs. We can give intravenous infusions, ventricular assisting devices. We can here is use heart surgery or transplant is also the option. Okay, now we have a case study. So here we have a patient. WC is a 67-year-old man with hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and coronary artery disease, and also has a triple bypass surgery 17 years ago. His medications are the amlodipine, which is antihypertensive, atorvastatin, which is antihyperlipidemic, and aspirin, 81 mg once daily. He present to the clinic with shortness of breath, which occur when performing simple tasks such as sweeping the floor. He report sleeping in a recliner of night due to orthopnea, that is simply shortness of breath, and echocardiogram, shortness of breath when you're lying. So an echocardiogram show poorly contraction of the heart, poor contraction of the heart, and ejection fraction is 30%. Normal should be 60%, but here is 30%. Measurement of vital signs showing the blood pressure. Rise, increased blood pressure, that is 156 by 92 mm Hg, and a temperature of 36.5, and a weight gain and a weight of 185 pound, equivalent to 84.1 kgs. Proceeding toward the SOPs, SOP notes. So we have here is the subjective, and patient having the history of hyperlipidemia, hypertension, coronary artery disease, and also had a triple bypass surgery. Current medication on the patient is amlodipine, antihypertensive, atorvastatin, 80 mg, and aspirin. Present condition, he appeared to clinic with the shortness of breath. Complaint should be the clinic. He appeared to the clinic with the shortness of breath. So we have to combat this. Now proceeding toward the objective assessment, that is the patient age 67 years, an echocardiogram showing the poor contraction of the heart, and the ejection fraction is 30%, half to the normal. Measurement of the vital sign is blood pressure, increase, temperature, and his weight. We can all these assess through the we can all guess can assess through the given case study. Proceeding toward the assessment. So first we have to classify the patient according to the AHA, American Heart Association guideline, that in this stages patient is lying. The patient has a reduced ejection fraction and also has a structural heart disease evidence. So the patient is lying, and the patient also having the symptoms of shortness of breath, dyspnea, fatigue. So the patient is lying in the stage C. There is an onset of heart failure, that is the stage C of the congestive heart failure. So the following are the indicated for the stage C: an angiotensin converting enzyme ACE inhibitor or beta blocker we can give, or ACE inhibitor, ARB blocker, along with aldosterone antagonist, which can also be given in the stage C. We have discussed it earlier. So towards the plan, we have based on the guideline recommendation and evidence-based medicine practice, the following reasonable recommendation for the patient. We are treating discontinue the amlodipine, because amlodipine is an antihypertensive, but the patient's blood pressure is already raised. So the amlodipine is a calcium channel blocker, which is used to treat the hypertension, is not doing any benefit to the patient, so we can discontinue or switch to other hypertensive medicine. So we have here is lisinopril, which is ACE inhibitor. We can give 5 mg once daily, titrating it to the BP goal or a target dose of 40 mg as tolerated. We can give furosemide 20 mg once daily. This is a loop diuretic. And we can also give metoprolol succinate 25 mg, titrating it tolerated to 200 mg over 8 weeks. Or metoprolol, as we discussed earlier, that is it is a beta blocker. We can also initiate spironolactone, aldosterone antagonist according to the guideline provided. So here is the assessment plan for our patient for stage C congestive heart failure characterization. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.